your local sports with Dominique Williams.
Happy College Game Day Saturday. We're celebrating New Year's Day right here on Carl Malone's court. And Louisiana Tech men's actually celebrating a win tonight, 74-73 on Western Kentucky. Bulldogs are now 2-0 on the conference. I'm here at the resident home in Rayville where the tornado that passed through and hit. And as you can see behind me, here is the large part of the tree that crashed in front of that living room home part in the front of the house. That's right. I'm here on Bentley Street in the city of Basher, where Morehouse Parish Sheriff Office responded to an overnight shooting behind me. This is the street where they discovered 3 juvenile bodies. It was about 12:30 a.m. They received a call in response to 15 to 20 shots fired. Over 300 kids were here at Frazier Field for the legendary Wilbur Ellis baseball camp that he has every year just to give back to the kids. And he has some friends from Grambling State and the major leagues right here with him. What you looking forward to most about retirement? Well, this tree right here fell on one of the pickup trucks that they had here. I'm going to show you right now. Here is the frame of that front end of the vehicle. The state of Louisiana is witnessing another spike in high gas prices, where the local cost of fuel is about $4 to the national average of $4.50, leaving residents wondering what's their travel budget as summer is approaching. Summertime is here and kids are out of school looking to dive into some water activities at the pool this summer. But due to a lifeguard shortage right here in northern Louisiana, pools may be closed for the summer. We're about to walk through the hallway into the part of the house where the large tree has crashed through, and I'm gonna paint the picture right here. Right here, they told me this is the living room common area where normally they will hang out and have their grandkids. Luckily, the grandkids weren't here, so that's why they were not in this living room. I'm gonna pan over to this side is the kitchen where most of the other damage from the tree and 3 other trees crashed in. And as you can see, there's a lot of toys, a lot of stuff from the roof has fallen onto the kitchen floor, and the floors are caved in. Just a lot of debris and damage. And they're saying they're luckily and blessed to be alive and survive. And a lot of their family members have opened their homes for them to stay. Agent Blake Wheelis is honoring Everly Moore by hosting a summer blood drive right here on location at his agency after learning about Everly's medical condition. And with blood centers always in continuing need of blood, he felt that it was the right thing to do. Everly Moore was born on December 5th, 2021 at 27 weeks, while mother Lori Moore was tested positive for COVID and couldn't see Everly as she stayed in the NICU where she had to have a blood transfusion.
They immediately took her after I had her, so I didn't get to hold her or anything. And they tested her for everything, and she came back negative. And then we had to wait. We couldn't see her for 10 days after because they had to make sure that we were fine too. And
Everly was brought home on January 31st. Then 1 month later, on March 1st, Everly was airlifted to Shreveport due to major complications from corona.
they had to intubate her. They had to put a tube down her throat and basically just help her with breathing. They said that they needed to get kind of just all the junk out of her lungs. They said she would be fine, she could breathe, everything would be okay.
Lori also shared with Everly being anemic, she will lose a lot of blood during surgery. Lori explains the importance of donating blood because it helps save her daughter. She hopes that people come out and donate to help save a life as well.
You never know when you or someone you love is going to need blood. You don't think it's going to happen to you until it does. So donate whenever you can so you can help other people.
The bill is called the Crown Act, standing for Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair, a national push to prohibit discrimination against someone for their natural hair texture and protective styles. State Representative Candace Noel shares why this bill is needed for the state of Louisiana.
For years, it has been professionalism has been equated to Eurocentric characteristics, which is straight hair, slender features. And that's just not the case. Straight hair does not equate to professionalism.
The movement began in 2019 to protect someone with texturized hair and protective styles such as curls, twists, braids, and locks, which have become popular in today's hair trends. However, many workplaces and schools have set policies to discourage people to wear those kind of hairstyles.
You have administration making policies and procedures without considering the entire body of students. And they don't take into those considerations as to what things that they're putting in place and how it can negatively impact someone else.
Digital reporter Marshery Johnson of your weather station shared with us about how proud she is of wearing her natural hair.
Try to have that standard of beauty that people know with straight hair, but now that this possibly could become a law, it gives me more confidence to wear my hair natural, and it just makes me feel even more proud that our state legislators are looking out for people like me who have natural hair and decide to wear their hair natural.
Representative Noel says the bill will be reviewed by the Senate Tuesday, May 31st. If passed, it will go to the governor's office to be signed into law. The month of August marks the return of high school and college football. I spoke with sports medicine professional Stephanie Aldred about how athletes are preparing themselves to stay healthy and hydrated while on the field during fall camps.
A lot of the practice safeties and prep that goes along with fall camp is making sure that they've had some level of training throughout the summer to be physically active and everything as well, to be able to have nutrition, good protein, being hydrated, and that they've been active to where it's not a shock to the system whenever they get here.
With the summer heat still at its highest peak here in Louisiana, ULM football team physician Dr. Stephanie Aldred explains how they are educating athletes to prevent themselves from facing any heat-related injuries.
We are past the days of getting out there from 12 to 2 at the heat of the day without water stations, without water being available, and just taking salt tablets. You can't do that anymore.
Dr. Aldred advised athletes to pay attention to their bodies and replenish with enough fluids and protein before, during, and after workouts.
Watching those caffeine levels, having appropriate nutrition with electrolytes in there, proteins. Proteins help you to stay hydrated and keep the fluids in. Salting your food keeps with those electrolytes every little bit you can get.
Stephanie also added there are 3 key things athletes can pay attention to while out on their practice workouts. 1 is staying hydrated with enough water. 2, checking your nutrition. And 3, check the temperatures before heading out during the day.
1BC10's Dominique Williams spoke to some people in the Twin Cities mourning the overturn of Roe v. Wade. A peaceful group gathered at Forsyth Park around 6:30 tonight. About a dozen people attended.
So no process time. And I just kind of threw this all together because all I really wanted to do was just be with a bunch of women who were just as scared as I am. Not only to just exist as a woman during this, but as a mother.
A few months ago, I met someone who I thought I could trust. For the past few months, I have been having to process that, and I went through a few-week period where I thought I was carrying this man's child.
Do I want my daughter going out into a nation and into a world where she's not going to have a choice about whether this happens to her or not? That's crap.
The organizer of this event says they will continue to fight for women's rights.